Well, whenever heavy rains move into our area, we are at risk for flooding, right?
You know, Central Texas is known as Flash Flood Alley. That's because 11% of the land here in Texas is prone to flood damage, especially here in Central Texas where we have so many low water crossings. And as part of our weekend special, Surviving the Storm, our meteorologist David Yeomans spoke with one woman who was washed away by floodwaters but swam to safety.
It was a stormy September night in 2010 when Carrie Arsenault found herself in a frightening situation.
It was raining at the time. This is also about 11 o'clock.
She had just finished dinner at a friend's house. As Carrie headed home, she was cautious.
When I came down here, I knew there was a water crossing to my right, so I didn't want to go that way, so I looked to my left, and I didn't see any warning signs. I knew there wasn't water crossing this road, and what I wasn't aware of was there was a creek, you know, somewhat below me, parallel to where I was driving.
That evening, extremely heavy rainfall caused Bull Creek to flood over its banks, catching Carrie completely off guard.
I did see some water on the road, so I stopped, looking ahead like, what should I do? And at that point, my car stalled.
Floodwaters quickly overtook Carrie's car, rising above her ankles inside of the cabin.
So I called 911. First thing she said, do not get out of your car at all.
But as the waters rose, so did the flood's force, eventually carrying the car downstream to the guardrail on the 2222 crossing.
And at that point, you just feel like you're somewhat in a boat. As I was looking up 2222, I saw a fire truck coming down, and the whole time I'm on the phone with 911. I somehow get my window down to wave my hand out, like, I'm here, I'm here.
Just then, the car was swept over the guardrail and into the raging flood.
And as I'm sinking in my car, it's just quiet. You know, they say something flashes before your eyes. As my pictures of my two kids that I actually have in my house.
That image drove Carrie to fight, to survive.
I had my window down, you know, about this far, so I pulled the window down and I just pulled myself out.
She swam to the surface, struggling to get her bearings.
At that point, I didn't necessarily know where I was, and it's a very helpless feeling. You don't realize the power of a flash flood.
In the middle of the night's darkness and the flood's chaos,
just upstream of that vehicle,
Carrie spotted the Christmas lights strung up on the County Line restaurant.
And it was a familiar sight, so I knew if I could just fight the current and get across, I knew I needed to get out of the water.
Carrie made it to the shore, kicking and swimming through the pain.
Here I was able to grab a tree. I kind of just pulled myself up. This is where I hurt my ankle pretty bad, lost the skin on it.
Out of the water, Carrie finally found help. She says that by staying calm and having luck on her side, she survived the night.
And I knew if I didn't have my window down, there's no way I would have gotten out of that car. And I think truly that's probably what saved my life.
Well, you can hear other stories of survival, including one family just as lucky as Carrie there to even be alive. This weekend on Surviving the Storm, it's 6:30 Saturday night right here on KXAN.